Hello friends, welcome back. Big Dano plays Kingdom Death. We are on Lantern Year 6, and we are starting to get into the realms of excessive complications as we have story events and settlement events and Gorm climates and everything happening, but we are going to dive into a showdown with a level 2 Flower Knight, which will hopefully set us up towards our goal of getting Green Armour in this showdown campaign. Feeling pretty good about most things other than our sort of progress towards the Green Armour Set. We've now got access to weapon proficiencies, and so for the survivors I'm taking into the showdown, which is Colette, Dano, Fen, Top and Porter, they are all working on weapon proficiencies. Porter will be working on a dagger. So the Flower Knight, he's an interesting one. Never fought him with knowledge cards, anything like that. So we'll see how it all goes. Taking 2 Guardians in with Top and Colette, but Colette unfortunately is still Guardian 1, so has to be adjacent. Anyway, I'll go through the survivors' equipment and so forth in a little bit, but we are standing right here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, Forest Gate, 1, 2, 3. We'll Herb Gather past here. Here is the Forest Gate card, which is great. The forest wants what it wants. And here are the regular hunt events and the Flower Knight hunt events. So we'll just run through the survivors. As you can see, we have Colette. So she has no additional benefits, but she does have the Sleeping Virus Flower. We are going to attempt to gain Fist and Tooth proficiency with her. She has a total of 2 luck from the Lucky Charm and the Sleeping Virus Flower, and she has an innate 1 luck to begin with. So Fist and Tooth starting on a 9, 8, 7, 6. So she's critting 50% of the time. Basically, if she wounds, she crits. She's also wielding the Rib Blade, which is also deadly. So plenty of crits on offer for Colette. Dano, he's got the Screaming Armour, he's got Lanternism, he's going to be swinging the Sword of Silence around, but probably just going to trundle around and try and activate some Fallen Lanterns, maybe gain some bleeding tokens, see if we can level up the knowledge. Fen, they are rocking Survivalism. The 2 survival tokens they'll gain at Departure. Top, still got Guardian. Fingernail Door is actually really annoying for this showdown, but I want to try and get it out of the way. And I have added the Reverberating Lantern into this setup. Blood Drinker. And finally Porter, rocking our Scout Pack with the Sickle. So yeah, pretty good survivors. No deadists, so we don't have to worry about anything like that. And we will depart. And we will commence. So the first one will be a random hunt event, and that is a random hunt event. So yellow first, 41. Let's see if we can pick up some more stones, shall we? I do have 0 stones that I'm taking with me. 41 is Nightmare. The event revealer, Colette, dreams of the upcoming hunt. She gains 1d10 insanity and another bloody nightmare sword, Twilight Sword. So she gains 4 insanity. And then she's going to be cursed with the Twilight Sword as well. Great. So we will clear off this cloth. No, we'll clear off the stone noses. And we will put a Twilight Sword in there. Poor thing, she's just carrying all the cursed gear. Good, we'll leave that as there. She's not going to select Twilight Sword for her proficiency. Done. She also gains a -1 evasion token. We do not have Song of the Brave, so we'll have to give that up. The next one is Baby and the Sword. We will attempt to retrieve the baby and or the sword. Our hunt revealer is Deno. And he rolls a 3. 3 is Random Disorder and the Sword of Silence. Random Disorder, we'll randomise the disorder. We've already got the Sword of Silence. Unlucky, you cannot critically wound. What the fuck? Is that a new one? I do not remember that, but that is an awful one to draw in this fight. Awful. Alright, next person along. Another random hunt event. 13. Overload. The event revealer falls to their knees. Poor Fen. They lose D10 survival. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And gain a random disorder. And you can have Prey. If the settlement has collective toil, which we do, roll a 10. If any survivors return to the settlement this year, gain 2 endeavours. That seems good. Our last one of these is not the Bone Eaters, it is Dead Warrior. Do we want Blackguard style? No, I don't think we do, so we'll just roll a random hunt event. 25. And that is Titans in the Dark. All non-deaf survivors suffer 2 brain damage. So Deno has no insanity. Why do we have no insanity? That's awful. 1, 2. Each survivor rolls 1d10. Someone is going to be a straggler. No one has noisy gear. So we'll start from the top. A 2 on Colette. She is prepared. So she actually goes to a 4. Deno, a 9. So it's Colette, Fen, a 2. It's Fen at the moment. Top, a Lantern 10. And finally, Fen and Porter are both the stragglers. Okay, so Fen rolls a 5, suffer monster level damage to a random hit location. Fen suffers 2 to the body. Should have had an extra 1 from the cloth, so we'll go down to there. And the Scout rolls a 4, 1 event damage to 1d5 random hit locations. That is 2, 1 body, 1 boot. Titans in the Dark. The Forest Gate. The forest wants what it wants. Here is the Forest Gate. And that is a story event. And here. So, test the gate. So we will gain a bleeding token, definitely, on Deno. So that increases Blood Dancer. So that gives us a +1. Do we get to do this after? Yeah, after rolling to test the gate. So we roll a 7. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle the disorders for this one. And and see if we can get some disorders, because we really need to get specific disorders. So we're going to gain 4 disorders, 5 disorders, I guess. Wow, this is a lot easier when you've got dudes. All right, so the first one is prima donna. That is pretty awful. Disorder. Prima donna. The next person who gains a disorder is a Deno, and he gains subjugated. Awful. Fen. So we're looking for ghostly beauty and some other one that I can't remember. Fen. Oh. All right. We're on the way. Ghostly beauty. Double all insanity you gain, double all survival you spend. And what's the other one we need? I'm going to check now because it's actually just become a possibility. True Blade is ghostly beauty, and then the other one we need is narcissistic disorders. Okay. Wonder if there's a way that we can share disorders. Not sure. Maybe we need to sculpt a disorder. Top, immortal. Okay, that one's actually interesting. Top may never die at this point now. We've got a lot of people who can't spend survival. A lot of people who can't spend survival. Subjugated for the last one. Subjugated feels a lot more punishing when you do not have fist and tooth proficiency, I've got to tell you. Okay, well we got ghostly beauty, so now Fen goes out every time and tries to get fencing. Okay, so we're back to here, and that allowed us to get a gracious aroma. So all survivors gain 1d5 insanity. So Porter gains 4 and an understanding. Top gains 4 and an understanding. Fen 5. With ghostly beauty, double all insanity you gain, double all survival, so that's 10. Deno 5. And finally Colette 1. Okay, so we'll go into here and we'll flip this one and we get a sticky meadow. Each survivor with leg armor chooses to gain a -1 movement token or reduce the armor at their leg's location to 0. I think we'll take a -1 movement token on everyone. Colette, -1 movement. Deno, -1 movement. Fen, -1 movement. Top, -1 movement. And this guy doesn't have to do anything. Sticky Meadow. All right, we have 2 more to go. We have Sonorous Rest and Herb Gathering. So Sonorous Rest is from the Reverberating Lantern that I remembered to whip out. So here's Sonorous Rest. Bong. Each survivor can either rest or tune. So if we rest, we gain survival. If we tune, Thinking now, Topulus can't gain survival, but he's at max. Neither can Colette. She is not at max, so she'll gain insanity. Colette is going to gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 insanity. Deno will gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 insanity. Fenton will gain survival. He's going to gain 1, 2 survival. And he has 2 survival tokens as well. Top insanity. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. And Porter will gain insanity. 1, 2, 3. So that's Sonorous Rest. Done. And now Herb Gathering is this one. So all survivors gain a survival. That's mostly just Fen at this stage that we want to get survival on. From that, no one else can get it. And then we will roll 3 dice for each person. We're trying to get to 44. That's 13, so 23, 33, 40, nothing, nothing, 2. So we get there, so we gain fresh acanthus, we have a sickle, so we gain a random vermin resource, and 2 fresh acanthus, a crab spider, beautiful. Alright, so we have a crab spider and 2 fresh acanthus. Boom, plus 2 bonus endeavours. I actually really appreciate those bonus endeavours with cannibalism. That's a wonderful turn of events. Okay. So let us move on to this one, which is our last one of these. Forest Event Horizon. This is fascinating because with a scout, it is literally impossible for you to die from this. So this is just a random hunt event. 13. That's the nightmare sort, the dream, isn't it? Because we just did that one. Nightmare or something. Oh no, Overload, the event revealer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So that is Deno again. Lose D10 survival, all of his survival. Gain a random disorder. Bloodlust. Whenever a survivor gains a bleeding token, suffer the frenzy brain trauma. Well, this is a bad turn of events all round, isn't it? And then we have Collective Toil. And does he stand up and push hard? That's an 8. We get 2 more endeavours. Yeah, that could be worthwhile. 1, 2. Okay. We made it. We made it to the showdown. Good job, all and sundry. Not a punishing hunt phase. Well, from the perspective of, we just gained a metric shit ton of disorders that I've now got to figure out how to use my survivors now. But Fen getting Ghostly Beauty is pretty massive. All we need now is to get Fencing and Narcissistic. And we can do it. We can maybe do it anyway. Let's nip over here. So our level 2 Flower Knight is 4 advanced. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. He is 8 basic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And one legendary. We will shuffle this deck. Boom. And there are a flower patch terrain and a single random terrain card as well. I'm definitely missing my physiognomists for extra terrain cards, put it that way. A resin dung ball. Don't think we will use that one. Or vein, cool. I'm not sure if you're supposed to use a dung ball for that fight, only that fight. Anyway, and then flower patches, beautiful. So flower patches say set up within 2 spaces of a board edge. This says set up thingy spaces away. So that's Fen, that's Top, that's Colette, that's Deno, and that's Porter. Make up your mind, Deno. Okay. That'll do. Here we are, born to be kings. Hiya. Great, I don't think we have anything else, so let's just review the details for the Flower Knight. So, movement 8, toughness 8. We're all movement 4. Scout's movement 2. No, Scout's not movement 2, Scout's movement 3. Target a random survivor for bloom, set roots. So he's got a +1 damage token for each survivor in the fairy ring. And whenever a survivor leaves the fairy ring, they gain a bleeding token. Cool, alright. So we'll flip our first card, and it is the legendary card, Exterminate. The closest threat in facing in the fairy ring. The closest survivor in range. This is pretty bad. So, who do we want to get this situation? Top does not want to be the go. I can't really afford for it to be Fen. It's going to have to be... I think it's probably the Scout at this point. I mean, Top's just going to keep getting hammered with... This is a bad card to draw. This is a bad card to draw. All right, let's do Porter. Porter. Boom. Hits 1, 2, 3 speed. There is no additional speed. No, it's just an additional damage. So this is currently 2 damage attack. So 3 speed here on 2+. 3 hits. The Scout is suffering head, waist, body. So the waist is 1, 2. The body is 1, 2, and we'll dodge the head with survival. So the body severe injury is an 8. Broken rib. Okay, so he's just suffered a bleeding token, so now Deno, first of all. Oh yeah, so he's knocked down. Can't be stood up. Fen. Deno just has Bloodlust. When a survivor gains a bleeding token, suffer the Frenzy brain trauma. So Deno suffers Frenzy. He gains 1 Insanity. Gains a Strength token. Gains a Speed token. And I'm going to do this so that I know I'm frenzied. That's the end of his turn because he did suffer a severe injury. Awful. Wish we had a whip to clear that out. That guy's subjugated, so he can't stand up. We can't stand him up. Let me... Fen's going to spend his 2 survival tokens to gain 1/2 survival. Deno has a death token from Death Collector. Cannot critically wound. The person who is adjacent right now is Fen. So Fen's going to punch on. Is insane, can spend survival. And so we'll attack with the Beast Knuckle. Hits on a 6+. That's 2 misses. You absolute spud. We'll spend a Guardian reroll because Fen's adjacent, I guess. Yep. Still misses. Porter. Who's actually got Guardian? Oh no, that's her. So no, we can't do that. She's not adjacent. Fen will then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 rather. Deno, 1, 2, 3, 4 into the rear. Swing with the Sword of Silence, hitting on a perfect hit. Oh, Fen's also got to lose an Insanity. Oh, he's got an extra dice, extra speed, so that's 3 hits. 1, 2, 3. I can't critical. That is absolutely punishing. I have a luck and I can't critical. That's a wound. So all survivors in the monsters facing suffer 2 brain damage. Deno is not in the monsters facing. So 1, 2. 1, 2, but he also has to suffer a brain damage from not rolling a perfect hit. Top, 1, 2, and 1, 2. That's a wound. That's a perfect wound that I can't do because I'm unlucky. Oh, that's going to punish me. That is going to absolutely punish me. I've got to get rid of that. So it says you cannot critically wound. Oh. I would have gained a luck token, a flower resource. The attacker gains 1 courage and is knocked down unless they spend a survival. I have no survival to spend, so I gain a courage. And I'm knocked down. But that is a wound. Fist and Tooth from Colette. Colette's one of the only people who can spend survival right now. She had to go first. All right, well, she's going to go here, Prima Donna. She misses twice, and then she will dash back out. And finally, Topulus will move to there. Topulus will swing with the Blood Drinker. He hits once, unless he has a... No, he does not. Hit location is super dense, a reflex. Eight is a wound. It's not a crit. He's only got 1 luck, so that is a wound. Topulus does not gain a bleeding token. Reflex, attacker is not inside the fairy ring. That's the end of our first turn. Second turn. Pollen Strike. Pick a target, the closest survivor, so that can be anyone. We'll go on Topulus. 1, 2, 3, 4. And yep. So these are hitting on a 4+. Topulus is evasion 4, so 6. So that's 1 hit on a 6+. Topulus cannot spend survival because he is immortal. This is a damage 0, +1, +2 for Deno being in the fairy ring. So he takes 2 damage to the head. However, that is reduced by 1 thanks to immortal, and reduce all damage suffered by 1 anyway from leprosy. Topulus is literally unkillable right now. He gains a -1 strength token. Still wounding on a 2+. That's it. Everyone stands up now. Stand up, stand up. The scout will harvest the flower patch, rolls a 6, gains a luck token. And a random flower resource. Osseous Bloom. And then we'll move 1, 2, 3. Topulus will stay right where he is. Deno will go, oh sorry. The first person who has to go is her because of Prima Donna. So she has to go first. And she will attack, hitting with Fist and Tooth in the rear. 6 is not enough. 2 is not enough. She will stay where she is. Now that dude will go, then Deno will go. He will swing in the rear with the Sword of Silence. Within the Sword of Silence. Perfect hit, perfect hit, perfect hit. 3 hits. Come on, Deno. Oh. Furious Riposte. I cannot critically wound on any of these. So that's just a failure. So we gain 2 insanity. We'll do the basic action after this one. So wounding that one. That's a critical. I'm gonna get very upset about this. Unlucky. Could have been anything else. Anything else, I would have been happy. Great. So I do a wound. Do we have any stinky gear? The monster grease is stinky, so we gain the priority target token, and this one is a failure. We perform a basic action. The basic action is 3 speed, 1, 2, 3, hitting on a 2+, which goes to 4+, 5+, sorry. 1 hit, it does 1/2 damage to the arms. Dano's then going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 out of there. That gains him a bleeding token when he leaves. So he's going to gain another bleeding token progress from Blood Dancer. That's the end of Dano's turn. Top's going to go. He's going to swing with the axe. Hits twice. Retreating Feint. We need to roll a 9 for this to succeed. We fail. So the Flower Knight sidesteps 3 spaces towards the centre of the showdown board. 1, 2, 3. That one fails. That's the end of our turn. Pretty disappointing. Pincushion Pierce. Closest threat in the fairy ring. If there is only one survivor in the fairy ring, this attack gains 6 speed. I'll spend a survival to dash. 3 speed. 2+ goes to 4+. Hits twice. Waist and body. The body didn't remember to do that, but this is only damage 1. Body, waist. That's it. Okay, she has to go first. She will go first. She will do Fist and Tooth. Surely. Oh, come on, man. Scout will move to here and we'll harvest the ore. Gets a 10, which is another iron. Top will swing with the Blood Drinker. 1 and a 7. He hits here. Doesn't fail. Does a wound. Failure reaction does not trigger. He'll move 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Fen will move into there and swing with the Beast Knuckle. Hits on an 8. Needs to crit. 9. I reckon Fen's the only person who doesn't have luck in this fight. Of course not. Of course not. Suffered a brain damage. Move towards the centre of the showdown board. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Colette's done, Fen's done, Top's done, Border's done. Colette has not hit with Fist and Tooth. Dano has hit with Sword. Fen has not hit with Guitar. Top has hit with Axe. Porter has not hit with Dagger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into the rear. Sword of Silence. 3 hits. I guarantee you the number of times Dano crits is going to fucking do my head in. Alright, Impervious can't do anything about that. Can't crit. There's no crit on that one. We'll do it in this order. Dano rolls a 4, which is a wound. And this one rolls a 4, which is a wound. Suffers bash and knockback 5. And he's subjugated, so he can't do anything about that. End of our turn. AI. Perform Bloom. Bloom, target a random survivor. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fen goes there. Bloom gains a luck token. Oh yes, it goes here. Cool. The attack gains +1 speed for each survivor in the fairy ring. Wrathful Vine Strike. So this is speed 3, hitting on a 2+. And Fen is doomed until the end of the monster turns. Can't do anything about it. 1 evasion, 2+, that's 2 hits. The damage is 2 apiece. Waist and body. Fen is knocked down and suffers knockback 7. That's it. Stand up. No, I think I do stand up now. It wasn't in the monster turn that I was knocked down. Okay. So. No, he's definitely knocked down. He stays knocked down. All right, well, we want top to be the target. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. One, 2, 3, 4 to there. She can get into range. Surely we've got to go with her. 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fist and tooth in the rear. She's obviously first, because she has to be. That's an annoying thing. Dashing to there. Will she finally hit? We'll draw the trap if she does. No, misses again. End of our turn. This idiot. Closest threat, closest survivor in the fairy ring. Oh no. 1, 2. 2 speed, hitting on a 4+. It's a 5 and a 2. We'll spend a survival to dodge. We're not guardless. Yeah. So that's it. We don't suffer any after damage effects. It's her turn. 1, 2, 3. She'll move to there. Surely. Oh. And then she'll dash. Topulus will swing with the axe. He hits twice. Topulus can't spend survival, so he does a wound. And this one, he does a wound. Ah. The attacker gains 1 courage and is knocked down. And he's going to gain bold. And his bold roll will be a 5. Should probably ignore the next severe injury, the showdown. Three survival and 3 insanity. All that survival he can't spend. And he's knocked down. That's it. End of our turn. It's trap for sure. He draws Wrathful Vine Strike, Perform Bloom. So we have to random 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She's going to come into here, and then he's going to do his Wrathful Vine Strike on Topulus. Topulus has 2 evasions, so a 3 misses, a 4 hits, and a 9 hits. So it is 1, 2, 2 damage apiece. Head and hand, so that's 4 damage total. Oh, it's actually 1 damage apiece. Okay, he's unkillable. That's awesome. There's an extra 2 speed on that. Error. Okay, and then to here. So this one is 4 speed, 2 plus. She's doomed, so she can't do anything about this. And this is 2 damage apiece. Evasion 2, so that one misses. So 3 hits. Head, boot, waist. She suffers knockback 7. Stands up, stands up. I don't know if we are going to be able to do anything at all here. The person who needs to proc the trap, 1, 2, 3. That one. There, 1, 2, 3, 4, there. That'll do us. Pollen Strike, closest survivor. It's actually the scout or her, so we'll do the scout. Move and attack. Yep. 2 hits. Scout suffers body and head. And it's 1 damage, 2 damage. Okay, Scout suffers 2 severe injury rolls. The head, 6 on the head. Is deaf. And the body is a gaping chest wound. We're all having a fun time. Another bleeding token. Scout suffered some severe injuries there. Okay, we can do some stuff now. So Porter is knocked down. We're going to stand Porter up. Is literally getting trapped. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Topulus will swing with the axe. Come on top. 2 hits. The trap is literally, there we go. Place the Flower Knight in the centre of the showdown board. Place the attacker in front of the target. They gain a luck token. Yeah, she's not doing anything. She's just going to go to here. Each other survivor is grasped by the roots, pulling them 5 spaces closer to the Flower Knight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Perform basic action targeting the attacker. Well, this is going to be a punishing attack for Topulus. Or is it? The basic action, these are 6 damage swings. It's 3 speed, it's on a 2 plus, goes to 4 plus. Of course he rolls 3 hits at this point. 6 goes down to 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. Topless can now spend survival. Okay. Fen. No. She's gone. She has to have gone. Because she went first. Yeah. Scout. 1, 2, 3. Into the rear. Swing with the dagger. 1, 2 hits. -2 toughness to wound this location. That's a critical. All survivors gain 1 survival. Don't think that matters too much for Porter, can't gain it. Fenken doesn't need it. Deno gains a survival. Did the wound. This one, that's a wound. We've gained our additional resource. Top done, her done, her done. Fen. The Qatar finally gets a hit. Retreating feint. He has a luck. 2 is not enough. I think we'll use a Guardian reroll here. 3 is not enough. Failure. 3 spaces towards the centre of the showdown board. He's already there. Fen then moves 1, 2, 3, 4. Deno. Yeah. I mean, there's... No, he's going to go in. He's going to go in with the Sword of Silence. Actually, he's going to try with his shield, because he's got a speed token. So the shield hits once. And this is a big roll. A 4 is enough, I think. It is. He's got +3. Yep, that's a wound with the shield proficiency, which is very nice. Which I'd already marked because I thought I gave him sword. Deno's done. Fen still needs to do his wound. I can't believe the Fist and Tooth chick hasn't done a wound yet, but whatever. AI card, don't be the one that attacks everyone. Closest survivor, we will attack the scout. Speed 2. Hits twice. Its damage is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 damage to the body into the body. The scout rolls. Dead. We won't reroll. We'll put a lantern there. That's the end of our turn. The scout did trigger Grimjaw, which is amazing. Okay, so now Deno's going to activate that piece of terrain. He gets +2 to the roll from his screaming set. He rolls a 7, which goes to a 9. And that is... Does it say may? You may add 2 to your roll result. No, so he'll gain Insanity and a death token. 1, 2, and a death token. And he now levels up Lanternism. So he has 2 death tokens, and he's got +1 strength, +1 accuracy, and +1 evasion because of his death token. And then he will go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Fen just needs to get 1 hit. We've got a Guardian reroll. He gets 2 hits. Don't trap me. Okay. We're perfect on both of these. So, come on, buddy. 6, we'll spend a Guardian reroll on this one. We're trying to get him fencing. Come on, Dano. Yeah. We do a wound. And now we need to go fencing. The attacker attempts to break through. I don't think we have any more Guardian rerolls. Come on, fencing. 5, 6, 7. Gain a survival and a luck token. It's not you, Dano. It's not you, buddy. Sorry, mate. Defend. I definitely don't have any rerolls left, do I? Could I gain a 10? I don't think I do. No, okay, so he's got 2 luck now, okay. So can we critical on that one? Of course we can. That's what I needed on the other roll, which is death and a flower resource. Warbling plume. Look, we got it done. I wouldn't say I loved everything about that. But yeah. Breakthrough. Oh. Okay, we gain 4 basic and 6 flower, which will go to 7 flower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we've got 5 basic because we also lost a dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that is a good time to get double love juice. And we will return from the showdown and advance the year. Complete showdown. So we were victorious. We gain advance the year. It is 1 hunt XP, 2 collective cognition, which is awesome. 5 endeavors. Boom. So we'll just nip over here to the timeline events. We have Gorm Climate as always. I'm not sure where I put Gorm Climate, but it should be somewhere in here. Dano. There it is. Okay. Alright, so we get to flip 2. Weird Dream. Story in the Snow. Story in the Snow, sounds good. A 10? Yeah, we'll re-roll using a lifetime re-roll. We gain Story in the Snow. Good. Gorm Climate. That's a 9, so we do not have storytelling. Someone who has 0 hunt XP gains a courage. Layla, you got me on my knees. Layla, do do do. I'm begging, darling, please, Layla, do do do. Phoenix Feather. And then I think we are okay. Phoenix Feather. Someone is going to break the silence. It'll just be Layla. Layla. She gains 1 understanding and a tail feather. Good work, Layla. Okay, that is good. We are travelling okay. So let's go and have a look at the collective cognition benefits. So we have 5 endeavours, which actually goes to 9 because of the bonus endeavours that we gained through the hunt. We achieved sated enlightenment, which is we add 3 random tier 2 philosophies to the philosophy deck. Now is the time for us to go hard. So I've already chosen these 3, gourmandism, vermandism, and regalism, which was randomly, well, not randomly, regalism was randomly drawn. The other ones were not. So I can experience the new things. Great. Sated enlightenment. So we definitely will give birth to this lantern year. All right, stand by. I'm going to have a mull. Okay, let's enter in some resources. Love juice. I'm struggling. I've had a little break. 1 love juice. 2 love juice. A perfect organ. For the 4th perfect organ, a skull, a monster bone, I've got a crab spider, I've got an iron, and I've got 2 fresh acanthus. Going around all right on the iron, aren't we? And then we've got some flower resources. So I've got 1, 2 osseous blooms, 3 osseous blooms, 2 sighing blooms, 2 warbling blooms, and 2 lantern blooms. Flower night. Lantern, 1, 2, warbling, 1, 2, sighing, 1, 2, osseous, 1, 2, 3. Great. So we will do the sense memory event, and I think we'll craft, maybe we'll craft a Vespertine bow, I'm not sure. Sense memory. Do we need to though? Osseous, sighing, an organ, and a hide. The Vespertine bow does not excite me as much anymore now that it has lost its strength 6. It is still deadly, but is it still worthwhile? Not sure. I might mull over that for a little bit actually. I think the first time we fight the Flower Knight, we also gain the flower. Oh, that's right. Oh my god, we need. Oh my god. We've got Ghostly Beauty on Fen. Alright, it's time for us to shift up and move into plan Get Fen. Ghostly Beauty and Narcissistic. We gain Flower Knight badge and we gain Petal Spiral added to our deck, which I didn't do before. So there's Petal Spiral. And the Flower Knight badge is just an evasion, which is a good thing. Done. So we will spend an endeavour. Okay. We get Clan of Death. Well, how do we not take that? We take Clan of Death, and that makes our survivors pretty awesome. Clan of Death. I mean, again, it's not what we want. We add Pedal Spiral, boom, and we add Clan of Death. But it doesn't add to the innovation deck, so we are 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We literally have not got Symposium or Inner Lantern or Drums, which are literally the 3 that we need. Okay, and Albedo and Nigredo and all those things. There's actually no timeline required on those, I don't think. Yep. Well, now that we have Clan of Death, we're definitely giving birth to some babies. Okay. So I spent an endeavour to innovate. Spent an endeavour to use a monster organ for Fen to gain a Qatar, to go to Qatar specialisation, which is really good. And we will spend so we had 2 Warbling Blooms, so we could turn those into population. Let's see what else we want to spend this on. Negredo, Pedal Spirals. No, okay. We could use a Harvest Ritual, I suppose. No. We have some survivor updates to do. So if we have a look at Colette, she's fine. Deno is now pondering level 2 on Lanternism. So Deno gains a Lumi and rolls a 5. We are Collective Cognition 13. We are. So we gain a Lumi and we gain Light Eater. So we'll clear Light Warrior and gain Light Eater. Or do we take both Light? What's Light Eater? Oh yeah, I can just get Frenzies. Frenzies galore. Yeah, I think we'll keep the other one, which was Light Warrior. Was it Light Warrior? Yeah. Okay, so we're not 25, so that's Deno. Here is a fascinating one. If you gain Light Eater, if you already have it and you have Light Eater, your settlement also gains the Cannibalize principle. So that's pretty amazing. We could potentially get to add Graves as well. Fen is going to ponder level 2 of Survivalism. Did I remember to level up Deno's? Boom. Trust Fear. Fen rolls a 2. Gains Meat Shield. And we do not gain Collective Cognition 9. So do we want Meat Shield? I don't really. But I guess we'll take it. Keeps adding trash to the deck. Well, meat shield I don't think is that bad. In some instances it's usable. So there is meat shield added to our knowledge deck. Done. So we are hollow stone gathering as well, so that we can build the stone face cloak. And we had one more top. Did top? Top indeed is pondering a level 3 dreamism. Let's see if Top can get himself faceism. Where's my dreamism? There it is. Alrighty, dreamism. What are you? Did I do this one? Yeah, I did that one. Gain a Lumi. And he rolls a 3. Gain Dreamless Sleep. This knowledge can only be removed by its own observation. You ignore the effects of your disorders. That is incredible. Oh my god, I need to get that on Deno for the forum. But lose this knowledge and gain a permanent torment is pretty good. Well, to be able to potentially ignore disorders. Meat shield. Okay, so that's all. So we just got to decide what we do with the remaining endeavours. So I think we will do a face painting. So that's a success. We'll do a face painting. That's a failure. And we'll do a face painting. That's a success. So we have +3 to our face painting rolls. We can, we've got a warbling bloom, which we could spend. And augury with someone with 3 understanding. So that's a 7, that's a fail. Augury, that's a 5, that's a fail. And augury, that's a 2. That's archive and gain an understanding. All right, so we're going to have 3 love juice survivors, and we're going to have 1 warbling bloom survivors. We're going to be generating 4 intimacy rolls. No, 3 intimacy rolls and 1 just population. I'm going to cut and I'll come back shortly and build all of those and spend my gear and so forth. So stand by. Okay, so our first intimacy roll is a 9 and an 8. So we take the 8 and we get to an 11, which is a pair of healthy newborns. So I just created one. Her name's going to be September. And I'm going to create another one called August. They're both lovely names. Finn and Kaylin are the parents. We're going to inherit some Qatar. Create. We do not get to gain any benefit from that, and it's not a prodigy. It's not a grand feast, so we don't draw 5 knowledge cards. The next intimacy roll is a 2, which goes to a 5, so that is a population increase. They get a bed, so we'll make this a male survivor. Nicholas, Willianne, Berry, Jonas. All right, his name is Jonas. Bum, bum, bum. He's carrying the whale. Thanks for all you've shown us. He gains a strength from the bed. Our third roll is 5-5, which is an 8. which is a population. We did not another male, Harvey. Fen is going to go up to maximum survival. They are already at. Okay, so that's all survivors done. Now we're going to spend a Lumi. So that person who was Qatar 1 and had a +1 strength, Jonas, going to pin him up the top. And September. So we're going to spend some Lumi on someone who's got some spare Lumi to level them up. So if we go to the forum location, we can spend 2 Lumi to nominated survivor to gain 2 Hun XP. So Seb will spend 2 Lumi and Kaylin will spend 2 Lumi. And we'll level that champion up, which is Jonas with his Qatar, and he will gain adopt a philosophy. So, because of us achieving level 2s, the next time someone achieves a level 2, we keep drawing until we get one. We're not going to take regalism, we'll take verminism. Very cool, Jonas is a verminist. No matter how protected you are, you know your insides are vulnerable, +1 systemic pressure. All your weapons gain paired. While you have paired weapons in your gear grid, you may spend to deflect 1. Paired attacks. Sounds interesting. I'm going to look at the Verminism book. It's new and exciting. I love whipping one of these over. This is easily some of the coolest artwork. Gain a Lumi. Oh, there's a penalty here, which is -1 speed. If you get that, this is awesome. Because that's not at all bad. A Lantern 10. Gain 2 Lumi and 1 understanding. And we will whip Verminism out. We'll pull out the Hissing Arms. Add that to the deck. Oh, I'm excited about Verminism. I am excited. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I think I've done this in the wrong order, but I am going to deal out knowledge cards for survivors, Light Warrior, serial code, Dark Eye. So I think at this point we'll definitely gain Dark Eye on someone because it's a 0 cost. Jonas, maybe? And then Light Warrior. So I think we're going to clear off strength training because I don't like systemic pressure. So we're going to gain Dark Eye. On Fen. And that is all. So we do have to add, so I did build a Vespertine bow, I did build a stone face cloak, we gained the Flower Knight badge. I spent the last like 3 days thinking to myself, like, it's impossible to get, because you need to get Ghostly Beauty and another disorder. And I was like, that's just not like out of the realms of possibility. But I didn't realise that um, if you have the Fencing Secret Fighting Art and the Ghostly Beauty disorder, you gain narcissistic and a permanent evasion. And then if you do that, if the settlement innovated Petal Spiral when they defeat a level 3 Flower Knight, all survivors with the Fencing Secret Fighting Art, the Ghostly Beauty and Narcissistic gain True Blade. So that's what we need. So literally now, we just have to get Fen to gain Fencing, and we make it. We make the hardest part. The problem is Fen's also our Guitar Specialist, so we need to get into Guitar Specialisation as well. We do not have a deadly guitar, to my knowledge, because we don't have Cat available to us. So I wonder if we can yeah, I'm gonna look through for guitars, but that's gonna do it for this year. I'm gonna mess around with our gear grids so that we can do Operation Protect Fen for the entirety of this next little while. But we have a Verminist, which is awesome. We get to look into a new thing. So we'll continue this next Lantern year. I think we just go Flower Knight level 2 again, probably. At this point in time, you may now hunt the Phoenix. Yeah. Very soon we're going to need to get into some Dung Beetle Knights and planning out our black harvests and so on. Because we crafted a Vespertine bow, we need to add Necrotoxic Mistletoe to the timeline 4 years from now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, Necrotoxic Mistletoe. And that is all, friends. We are done. I will catch you all in the next Lantern year. Big dinner out.